That sucks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in, and welcome. Come on in, come on in, come on in, and welcome. Welcome, 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 everyone. Come on in and have a seat. Come on in and have a sit down. Tell everyone hello in the chat, please, and thank you. Get to know thy brother and thy sister. Okay? Period, and thank you. So come on in, and come on in. Thank y'all for being here. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Happy Friday, Miss Kelly. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Alright, so I have to locate something really, really quickly. But anyway, thank y'all for being here. Come on in, come on in. Alright, so today we're talking about angels and demons. Come on in, come on in, come on in. The deer are outside rolling around in a pack. I can see them. They're outside just chilling. Going from point A to point B with a family. You can add that to the system. That's happening right now as we speak. Alright. Alright, friends and family. I'm trying to give TikTok a little moment to sign themselves back on because I had actually plugged them in last night, but apparently in plugging them in, the charger must have came out or something because they were dead. Alright, so let's go ahead and get them logged in and then we here, alright? And we're just gonna go live for them. Come on. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on. Come on in. Come on into the room. So, y'all, let me tell y'all about this. That was going on with me. And as of now, y'all, I was listening to the Nag Hammadi, right? And oh my God. Y'all, I feel very different this morning. Different good. I don't actually know how to describe the word because I don't want to use the wrong word because the word that I was going to use was definitely going to be the wrong word, right? So let me straighten y'all up because literally I don't like how y'all look. Twitch is right. TikTok, y'all was definitely wrong. On YouTube, let me straighten y'all up. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is going to be a message for the sign of Pisces. Pisces, my messages are timeless, so when you see them is when you're meant to hear them. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Also, please don't forget to hit the post notification bell so you can get alerts when my videos are posted. Pisces, if you're new to my platform, welcome. Please hit that subscription button. It would truly mean the world to me. O Cosmic Creator, source of all life and light. You're my shepherd, guiding me through every shadow. I lack nothing, for you lead me beside the still waters and restore my soul. In your presence, I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me, and your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to embrace what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference. As I walk each day in faith, all right, I didn't mean to do that, but it's there. In your presence, I find peace and strength, for you're with me always. Your rod and staff comfort me. Your love prepares a path before me, even in the face of adversity. Grant me the serenity to embrace what I cannot change, the courage to change what is within my power, and the wisdom to discern the difference as I walk each day in faith. In the presence of your infinite grace, I am unafraid, for your kingdom flows through me as it does all creation. With deep gratitude, I give thanks for the miracles already set in motion in my life. Shift what must be shifted, move what needs to be moved, and illuminate my path with your divine light. Align my heart, my actions, and my soul with your will, for I know you have already provided the strength, guidance, and blessings I need. I release all fear, and I surrender fully to your higher wisdom. May your goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life as I dwell in your sacred presence now and forever. Amen. So, y'all, I feel totally different this morning. I went to bed listening to this, and okay, what's up with my phone? I be hating when stuff starts to just do weird shit. So this also means I need to turn my phone off because it's being strange already. Right here, this is what I want to be listening to. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that. It is Nag Hammadi Scriptures. The first one is the Secret Book of John, Gnostic, Creation of the World, the Gospel of Thomas, the Secret Books of James, the Gospel of Judas, the Gospel of Truth, the Nature of Rulers, Hermetic Text, the Gospel of Mary. Y'all, first of all, before the Gospel of Mary, before the Gospel of Mary, where is it? Where is the Gospel of Mary at? Okay, the Hermetic Text of the Nag Hammadi Library, right? At the end of it, it talks about demons, right? Let me see if I can kind of, because the subject text right today is angels and demons.
Nonetheless, it is a death sentence. Asclepius, we must believe these things and fear them so that they may not happen to us. Unbelievers are impious and commit sin. Later, more severely, whoever has concealed something here.
Whoever who has concealed something here.
Justice. Of what sort is the wickedness in them?
Anyway, it talks about the actual demons that are in whatever this place is, where you get punished. Mind you, it's not like you get sentenced to be there for an eternity. But these demons are soulless. They have never occupied a human body. Because what we're about to talk about, angels and demons, occupy human bodies. But there is some things that are outside of that exist in the world that will, or that just do exist. Either way, y'all, I listened to that, and I ain't gonna lie, it made me understand a whole lot more why these people been lying. Why certain texts didn't make it to the Bible. Because even at the beginning of the Gospel of Thomas, it made me think Jesus was spiritual. not religious. They took that and they corrupted the whole entire thing. Which again, these people have to deal with the consequences of what they did. But how evil could you be to try to deceive a nation, but how also evil could you be to try to deceive the world? It was strange. But it made me understand a whole lot more. Then it just, I wanted to say, when I woke up the first time, I felt very heavy because I fell asleep listening to this. And then something happened, I had to get up. My body felt heavy, meaning whatever I was listening to was definitely heavy. But even in there, it was talking about how, and it's different ones, you know, they say different things. If you haven't read it or if you haven't listened to it, you probably should. It's going to change your whole entire perspective. All right. On some things. Then in the Gospel of Mary, it seemed like Jesus was pillow talking, right? And so again, I see why, but I don't see why. Because even in the Gospel of Mary, it created problems because they got mad. The men got mad that he told Mary, a female, things that he didn't tell him. And in my mind, my current day 2025 mind, my brain wants to say, like, y'all don't realize that these dudes, when you know, got a closer connection with, you know, a person, they tell you things that they don't tell other people, right? That seems very normal. But for some people to be jealous and then corrupt the situation, like, now it just put a whole different spin on really the Christian, like, faith and things of that nature. It's weird because it's almost like they was giving you the blueprint, but these people said, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna just corrupt the whole entire thing, and I'm gonna add what I want to add, and I'm gonna take away what I want to take away, because I don't want the people being that powerful. Y'all, it's so sad, because that's how I felt. Not on a level of, you know, just, it just made me feel, honestly, I wanted to cry. I ain't gonna lie. When I woke up and I was listening to a lot of the things that, you know, was like sinking into my mind, I wanted to cry. Because how can people be so selfish, so just whatever that is? So, okay, the Gospel of Thomas in the early Christian text that consists of 114 sayings. No, that's not the one I want to see. I wanted to see what was actually there, because it was something from the beginning that I wanted to share with y'all, because it just blew my mind that that was there, and the fact that these people just removed it. But it was so much, like, my brain was going through so much, like, listening to this. And then we're going to get into the angels and the demons, because them be the angels and the demons. It's the people. And as I told y'all before, it's so much more than just them, but we're going to situate ourselves, because literally even the message has something to do, what they were saying was also and saying something here. No mention of Jesus' death and resurrection. Oh, that was another thing that I listened to. Jesus never died on a cross. Literally, it was saying how he ascended into heaven, which is also something that the Muslims believe, but literally they want y'all to believe in this other thing that happened. But he was talking as he was ascending into heaven. And I'm over here like, so why y'all, it's just so many things that these people done lied about, and I'm just over the lies. But also in there, it says they actually have to tell the truth, right? So whenever there's a lie that was told, they have to tell the truth. It will be uncovered because right now they have to tell the truth, but they trying so hard not to tell that. Yes, I want to know that. And look, even right here, I done asked this thing several different questions, and it's doing the same thing. It's trying to beat around the fucking bush. And I told y'all, I'm just over lies. Because at this point, it's almost like you taking a person's free will, not giving them a choice. But the reason why they're taking people's free will and not giving them choices is because they don't want you to have a choice. They want you to have to just follow to the T what's being said and what has been given. That's not right. But you know, they use the information the way they used to use it. But it's normally against everybody else because it keeps being shown year after year, century after century. The power, it's the power. These people get power hungry and they want to control every damn thing. Why? Y'all, I'll come to the chat in 1 minute. All right, let's see if it gives me what I wanted because I want the actual words that was there. All right, so first thing, the kingdom is inside of you and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known. And when you realize that you are children of the living Father, but if you do not know yourselves, you dwell in poverty, and you are that poverty. So, in order to suppress and keep people down, they stop you from trying to get to know yourself. One of the things that still exists even at this moment in time. Who would be in control of that? The angels or the demons? Mind y'all, we may not actually fully understand the roles that both sides of these things play because um, as I was going over this, it's like the yin and yang of a thing. The yes and no, the inside and the outside. So whoever finds the interpretation of these sayings will not taste death. So understanding the words lead to spiritual immortality. So even in there was blocks or something that it seemed like they were trying to put on humanity in order for you not to, have a fair understanding of what was happening. That's why the part that they put in the Bible, those who have ears, let them hear. Those who have eyes, let them see. But mind you, you could see clearly that they didn't tell the whole entire truth. But um, that would be using your discernment and also hearing that, you know how somebody tells you a story and you know that that's not the full story. You like, did I miss something? Because ain't no way we got from here to there without something else being in between. So a lot of us can deduce that, okay, all of these stories are not proper and correct or fully you know here. It's just, why did they think that we would be so stupid? Or was that just the way that things was being designed? Anyway, I'm gonna just let y'all know that right now my mind is completely different. The same, but yet even more so on the, I'm sick of this shit. Like, I'm sick of this shit. Because not only are we right as to how much they have corrupted, like, our brains can't even fathom. Because my brain couldn't even fathom. Like, you mean to tell me they just lied about this? Like, even the most smallest, minute thing. Like, what was happening back then that made these people, I'm flabbergasted. Like, honestly, some of the shit I was listening to, it just didn't make sense. But be mindful, because remember I told you, the mind will protect the human. I don't want my mind to not rationalize, or I don't want my mind not to accept the truth as the truth is, because literally listening to it, you can tell, damn, we already knew that, but we didn't know how bad it really, really was. Also, to the tune of, they've been trying to block you even in the spiritual realm. You know how back in the day when they talk about, well, we can see how ancient Egyptians, they coveted, like, even life and death. Like, they did certain things to make sure that your afterlife was comfortable. There's a reason why. Y'all, it makes me so, like, mad. I ain't gonna lie. It makes me so mad that this is what people are. And even in there, it was talking about, if you're a good person, you're a good person, angels and demons, things of that nature. If you just are a wicked soul and you come into this realm, I mean, you doing your job, that's what you were sent here to do. But is there no change, or could there not be a change in the spirit, or it just has to be whatever it's going to be? Like, you can't, because even in my mind, it makes me feel like, you know how you got the angel sitting on your one side and then the demon sitting on the other side, to rationalize. Should I do this? Because this is going to be the greatest corruption that kind of, takes mankind off onto a different pathway. And although there is such a thing, because you know how when we talk about destiny, or when we talk about like your pathways and things of that nature, um, that's actually true. That was there as well. If the flesh come into being in contact with a spirit because of a spirit, it is a wanderer. But if the spirit came into being because of the body, it is a wander of wanderers. The soul is greater than the physical body. The material world is secondary. So I was also listening to how it tells you that the brain is in between two things: the spiritual world, your subconscious, and your soul. Like, I feel like if there was some of the teachings that were there, if in fact they were given to us younger, do y'all know the type of energy you could have unlocked within your body already? Like, a lot of us would not be or have gone through some of the things that we went through if in fact you were given the roadmap. Because you know how I tell y'all all the time, like, we came into earth without a handbook. Mind you, there was literally a handbook given. These people just fucked it off. So it was also saying how, like, the elders, the people who are spiritually inclined, talking to the babies, because they know that the babies still hold, the memory from where they just came from. Y'all, this shit pissed me off so bad, like, and in a good way, but also in a bad way, because it made me realize how dirty some of these people really are. And when I mean dirty like low down dirty. No good in them. When you make the two into one, and when you make the inner like the outer, and the outer like the inner, then you were into the kingdom. Remember I said, and it is the greatest contradiction ever. And this is why tarot readers are good at this, because it is this or that, this and that. Two things could be possible at the same time, but now it's so many more things being possible at the same time. Balance between duality, spirit and body, male and female, light and dark, leads to enlightenment. I am the light that is all, that is over all things. I am all. From me all come forth, and to me all attain. Split a piece of wood, and I am there. Lift up the stone, and you will find me there. I told y'all yesterday, the spirit universe is in everything. Everything. So one of the things that I love about even us as a people, and coming into, like, you know, spirituality as a whole, or being spiritual beings as a whole, some things we didn't have to actually physically see with our eyes. We just knew, you know, DNA activations and things of that nature. We just knew that we were correct in our following, or in our teachings, or in our knowing. But that's because it was already put there. No matter how hard somebody wishes to corrupt, I told y'all the pathway will be the pathway. The universe will adjust itself as many times as possible in order to correct itself, in order for us to complete the mission. So even though these people corrupted, a lot of y'all still made it to the right pathway. A lot of y'all still understood the assignment. A lot of y'all still felt when the corruption was, you know, taking place. So it wasn't like they were able to take us too far off of the beaten path because we knew better. It just didn't feel right. And so, again, if y'all get a chance to, you know, listen to it or read it or whatever, however you like it, do so. Hey, Aaron, beautiful, I love you. Thank you for being here. Hey, Carolyn, hi. Y'all, reading the universe, Carolyn is here. What they tell y'all? Follow the light, Carolyn. Follow the light, y'all. But also, we have to understand the dark. Carolyn, welcome. I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our roadmap. As evil gets it. What the hell just happened? Go back up. All right. Miracle, hey. Hey, Miracle, welcome. Thank you for being here. Hey, new here, don't want the reading. I was just scrolling and your live popped up. That headpiece looks so good on you. Thank you, Miracle. You look so pretty. Thank you. Miracle says she's from India. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. She said bye. Have a good day. See you later. And Miracle done had 5 conversations in one sitting. See you, Miracle. Thank you for being here. Raynard, hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Aaron, thank you for putting in the prompts in the channel. And y'all, okay, so we have Pisces, angels, and demons. Is that like the good and the bad, or just what could potentially exist in the world? So, off the top of my head, hey, Athena. I know, right, Athena? And you should be. Because to me, it's like the duality of a thing. When you can be everything, I mean, it just said it. That was part of one of the hidden truths. When you can make the two into the one, and when you can make the inner and the outer like the inner, then you will enter into the kingdom. Balance between duality, spirit and body, male and female, light and dark, leads to enlightenment. So you know how they talk about divine masculine, divine feminine, but it's oneness and wholeness. So being able to obtain wholeness. All right. Is very much important. So, angels and demons, where do these concepts begin? Are they real? How do they relate to us in theory? Do we embody both energies? What do they look like? Could there be misconceptions about the roles that they play in our lives? It's a lot of misconceptions, okay? The origins of angels and demons trace back to ancient civilizations. Sumerians, Zoroastrians, which we talked about yesterday, is how the Christian, the Jewish, and some other people kind of got their religion. And now they regurgitated it, but then they took some of what they read and added some other stuff. And then the stuff that should have been there that was already given, they kind of kicked that out and put in place their own stuff, okay? Because we ain't judging, but we judging. All right, Egyptians and later major religious traditions. These beginnings, um, the beginnings, humble beginnings. Y'all, humble beginnings don't be so humble sometimes. These beings were seen as forces influencing human fate, representing divine will or chaos. One of the things that this thing said, that Gnostic, and I forgot whose area it was in, it said Jesus came to bring chaos, to shake things up. Somebody would hear that and they would say that would be a bad thing. But in the way that it was being given, it was to make you aware. And sometimes, and I just had this conversation with somebody yesterday, everything is permissible. So, under the law, right? So they would say that a person that is killing a murderer, right, is a bad person. But if you knew that person's assignment, and the person's assignment was to get rid of anybody that committed an offense against a child, that's the person's assignment. So God sent them, God told them, go handle that, right? This person would literally, because that's their assignment, they would be investigating the people for, they would make sure that the people that they are targeting and, taking care of, there is no way around knowing that this person is exactly what they are, because this would be their assignment. This is their duty, right? So to the outside world, they would just hear, oh, this person, is out here, getting rid of such and such and such. It's a serial, whatever. But mind you, because we be having some, detectives and police and this, that, and the third, and they don't be doing their job. They just be want to close the case because they lazy. They would be saying, okay, there's a person that's out here committing, whatever against, men, right? Everybody would say they were a bad person, because probably what they would be targeting, and everybody, there's a whole slew of races, color, creeds, this, that, and the third. But we also just heard that there was a group chat of 70,000, such and such individuals that was committing offenses and infractions against their children, their wives, their parents, and people, just people in general. So a lot of them would have been on the list, right? But mind you, the description of these folks may have triggered some people in a way, because, and again, everybody commits these offenses. All colors, all creeds, all races, all ethnicities, and this, that, and the third. But there were 70,000 of a specific group that just was caught doing this. So this person would be targeting those people. Now, in real life, the women and the children would be happy, because guess what? That's one less person that now we got to worry about, that's going to be targeting the women and the children, right? Or the children. But on the flip side of things, from the outside looking in, all y'all are going to see is this person is out here doing this thing. The person would be doing their job. It's necessary for this person to be doing their job, because these people should not be doing these things in the dark. And eventually what's done in the dark will come into the light, but the punishment should be what the punishment is. You don't get to hurt, harm, endanger an innocent life, somebody that can't even fight you back. So fight somebody that can. Now, if you knew that that person was doing that, it would change everybody's mindset. Because a lot of people would say, oh, they don't belong here no way. You are doing this. You don't belong here. You are literally now fracturing young minds because they were not protected at this point. But people are going to be in an uproar because, it's somebody on the loose getting rid of the foes that need to be got rid of. But who's to say a person should be able to take justice in their own hands? Justice wasn't handling it anyway. You see what I'm saying? So God sent them. They heard the calling, they handled it. How would you feel about it? These beings are seen as forces influencing human fate, representing divine will or chaos, order or destruction. So in the Piscean sense, they are reflections of duality, illusions, and transcendence, shaping our spiritual evolution. In theory, angels and demons could symbolize different aspects of the human consciousness. Angels as elevated guiding forces aligned with wisdom, compassion, and intuition. Demons, not necessarily evil, might represent shadow aspects, catalysts for growth, or energies of rebellion and transformation. If we embody both, are we just external entities or expressions of our own psyche? Now, in real life, all of us have been given, choices. Should we do this? Should we do that? Sometimes a person has harmed us in a way where, shit, I'm sure you didn't thought about it. Like, could I get away with this? You know what I mean? Or should I just do this and not care if I get away with it? It's always the little angel on the side that says, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't, put your hands in this. And it's always like being made to be like, oh, your higher self, right? But then sometimes we need to honestly sit and think, what if the angel is actually telling you, go handle that business? Like, you need to go handle that business. Because some things just should be handled. Athena, it brings so many emotions, doesn't it? Like, it does. Because when you really think about it, visually, cultures have shaped their forms from winged celestial beings to horned or monstrous figures. Yet their true essence may not be so literal. Could they be energetic presence, archetypes, or even constructs molded by belief? So misconceptions abound. Are demons truly wicked or misunderstood agents of necessary change? And I'm not trying to convince nobody to believe in nothing, but things that make you go, because we have been conditioned to believe certain things. Expanding and expounding upon the mind and the brain. We would be so much different if we didn't have, that influence of your parents, your grandparents, the conditions, your upbringing, things that are put in place in our mind that we don't even think about until later on, how we have been just going through life and going through time under what somebody else told us, something that we never even thought about for ourselves. So misconceptions abound. Are demons truly wicked or misunderstood agents of necessary change? Are angels always benevolent, or could they uphold rigid cosmic laws, indifferent to human desires? What if these forces serve to challenge and awaken us rather than simply to protect or torment? Pisces, the sign of mysticism and dissolution of boundaries, invites us to question, are angels and demons external entities or mirrors of our own spiritual landscape? I personally believe there's a difference between beings of balance and those that want to be on some extra boo-boo juju bullshit, but that's just me. Do it make sense, or do I need to, I'm just living, baby, in my hippie smooth man voice? Well, this is what I would like to say, because we will be the demon, we will be the enemy, we will be the vengeful, because Pisces get a bad road sometimes. They be like coming for us, right? They be saying shit about us, right? Mind you, they say we cry babies and we just emotional and we just all of these things. But meanwhile, when they get mad at us, they be saying we evil, we wicked, we demons, we this, we that. Like, we be everything under the sun. And sometimes it's justified, right? Justified vengeance. But you know, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. But that's what they said. Did the Lord really say that? Because also on the other part of that, and the flip side of that, you hear God is a vengeful God. God is a wrathful God. You also, on the other side of that, heard me tell y'all multiple times, God has death angels. Why would death angels be necessary or needed? Because people need to be put to death sometimes. That's what that sound like. The reason why that would exist would be because of that. I mean, I don't know, but because I ain't gonna tell God what God want, but people keep telling God what God want. People keep telling y'all what God want. People come over here and say God ain't in this, that God be in everything. Good, bad, ugly, or indifferent. When one thing is this, so does the other. People want to put God in the box so bad, not realizing that, God is everything. And the reason why you have one thing is so you can have also the other. Everything has to be brought into balance. So if we have what somebody would be considered a demon, maybe their lesson to learn in life would be to rationalize on the other side of things. Like, you came into this realm a bad, evil soul is what people would say, but are you really a bad, evil soul if you getting rid of and exterminating the people who are doing real wickedness behind the scenes? People will sit in front of you all day long and say, oh, I'm just so this and I'm amazing and I'm yada, yada, yada. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, they're cussing out, kicking their wives, beating on their kids, doing all types of stuff that they would not want y'all to see in broad daylight. But they sit in front of you and tell you all of these beautiful things about, me. Mind you, you see the family and everybody else, they look like they terrified of the people. Even like right now, you see people that be walking around, they are running, our government and things of that nature. They wife won't even hold their hand. They kids barely want to talk. And mind you, somehow these people got put in charge of our government. Like, apparently we wasn't reading the body language off of the people who are close to these mother suckers, okay? Because if that was the case, we would all have already known that these people ain't no damn good. We hear them talk and we just let the shit go over our head. But again, people are voting for these people, and knowing what these people are saying, it would have to make me think that the people that, voted for these people ain't good people either. Because why the fuck would you vote for that? Because you're not a good person. You don't care about your family. You don't care about nothing, because it could potentially happen to you. I don't know how people make decisions and based off of, oh, they're not going to do it to me. They might not do it to you yet, but eventually you will be on the chopping block. Trust and believe it. That's just the way it goes. So take it how it resonates for you, because I'm not here to tell you nothing. Just, do what thou will. The most hidden aspects of both angels and demons, one that institutions and esoteric traditions have often obscured, is that they are not strictly separate forces of good and evil. So why do we always think that? Why do we not think that it's everything rolled into one? Like, when you think about it, you would think that, this evil is just evil. Like, it couldn't be a good thing. It's also like, and I'm gonna use general everyday life, right? You like an American Gangster. Everybody may have around this person may have thought this person was the best thing running, because as y'all know, tell me every period. So you know how people will think that this person is a bad person, outside, because they gonna handle the business. Like, I need my money. This is the business that I'm in. I may be, real cutthroat, this, that, and the other on the other side. But then when I go home, my wife, my kids, my mama, the people in the neighborhood love me because they don't see me doing the shit that I do behind the scenes, right? And so when something happens to these people, you'll hear the people saying, they were such a lovely individual, yada, yada, yada. Because this is how they treated their community. Their community didn't know that this was the biggest stone cold killer ever that lived in life. And outside of this community, this nigga was heads will roll. They treated the kids in the neighborhood nice. They did everything that they were supposed to do. So in reality, how did this person become this person? Conditioning, a product of their environment, a product of the government. Because literally, when you can't do certain things or when you can't feed your family, you're going to figure out a way to feed your family. And so, thank God that they didn't corrupt their own neighborhood with the shit, but they went and corrupted some other neighborhoods with the shit. Okay? So, do you hold the person at fault for needing to take care of their family when y'all know for a fact the drug dealers didn't have no planes? That shit came from the government. They ain't got no boats. That shit came from the government. So I'm gonna flood the situation in the city with this, but the people made the decision. We not gonna push that in our neighborhood. We gonna push it outside of that. And then the very people that brought the shit in got upset because now what they thought was gonna happen wasn't what happened. That keeps being a thing. Every time they keep trying to corrupt in a way or manipulate behind the scenes in a way, it always fucks around and hits them right at their front door. And now their daughter is, on that stuff and out here being tricked out by, all the neighborhood hood niggas. And now you got a black grandbaby when you was trying your hardest to keep that away from your front door, but you brought it in. So it should be very well that it be your punishment that now you got to look at the very thing that you did. So who's right, who's wrong? You can demonize a person for wanting to take care of their family, but how could you? You can demonize a person for getting rid of the very thing that the people that claim that they were in control and they, have a war on this thing, they were supposed to be the ones that would stop it. But meanwhile, they benefited the most because they was the ones that brought it. It just didn't, make any sense, or the dots were not connecting until it hit their front door and their little daughter was now out here with them boys, or they wife, or they mama. It never hits home until it hits home. So they will think of 9 million ways to corrupt other people's families, other people's society, other people's conditions, and it never, ever, ever makes them think until it hits their front door. This is how all this stuff gets flooded. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Because even when they was talking about the pills and the things of that nature, everything that was happening, it wasn't until their family started doing it, and then all of a sudden you see all these buildings and clinics and things of that nature start to pop up because now they fucked around and found out. Y'all like the shit more than we do. We only do it because, either way, we trying to either help the family or, I don't want to do it. But at the end of the day, it's two different reasons why people do it. Mind you, y'all be, more effed up in a situation than anybody else. Division and segregation since the beginning of time, and period. I once heard a story of creation having to do with us being made culturally different and speaking different language was to test us on how long it would take us to come together. And facts. I'm always on your wavelength. I was just talking about that ish. How about the selling of them to pay debts or get on into other businesses? And period. But it's normally to elevate their lives because we have been stepped on for so long or trying to be held down or held back for so long that you can't blame a person for trying to figure out a way to get out of the situation that they're in, that you put them in. So maybe one would say, the angel side would say, oh, do it another way. Go to school. Just work extra harder. Do this. Like, why the fuck do I got to keep working extra hard for something that you're trying to give somebody easily? They don't even do as much work as me, but you mean to tell me I got to go extra hard? Like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that. And the people are fucking tired of that. So can you condemn a man for... You could. I'm not telling you couldn't. You can. But we could also condemn you too. Because the angel and demon or devil sitting on your lap should have said, why y'all keep trying to put your feet on them people? Y'all know eventually they're going to cut your fucking feet off. And then you'll say, oh no, it's because they're savages, this, and the third. It takes one to know one. It takes one to know one. So here we are. They serve roles beyond moral economies, often acting as agents of initiation, transformation, and the universal balance. Okay? So hidden truths, angels and demons are two sides of the same force. Because they would have to be. And again, we have the ones that we talking about that had a soul, it was in a human body, not the ones that are going to beat your ass on the other side of whatever happens, you know, because that's a whole nother ball game. Okay. Throughout history, religious institutions, and occult traditions have portrayed angels as purely benevolent and demons as purely malevolent. However, deeper study into mystical and Gnostic texts reveal a different picture. Both act as forces of influence shaping human consciousness and evolution. I told y'all the haters even help, okay? Historically and documented evidence. The Book of Enoch, 2nd century BCE. The ancient text describes the Watchers, angelic beings who descended to earth and defied divine law, blurring the line between angels and demons. Some, like Azazel, were cast as corruptors, but they also brought knowledge, warfare, magic, alchemy to humanity. But like the myth of Prometheus, Prometheus. So in the Book of Enoch, the Watchers, the angels, the fallen angels, came down and they taught the human beings all of this stuff. Now, in my mind, right, was that good or bad? Because I feel like, you know, because they said they was upset that they was teaching the women how to use makeup and things of this nature and, you know, just a bunch of stuff. Was that good or bad? Because the way they talk about it, they said it was bad. I ain't here to judge. You form your own opinion. But this was the fallen angels. They got cast out for a reason. Do y'all think that the stuff that they came down here and taught was good or bad? My other question is, why was it hidden? Because I told y'all yesterday, it seems like, and we can even see into the things of today, when they start to try to suppress something, it's because that's what you need to be getting involved in. That's what you need to know. That's what you need to pay attention to. The fact that they suppress that, why? Now, if it was totally bad, you know, and they feel like we can't reason because we stupid or something, I don't know, we would see that it would be, you know, right or wrong. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Right? That's what I told y'all. Right is right, wrong is wrong. But everything is permissible. Because to me, I would say that it would be right that you got that person was sent down here to get rid of the person that was committing infractions and sins upon the youth. Right is right and wrong is wrong. You out here doing shit, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It's the golden rule. But who determines what's right or what's wrong? That's also been one of the other issues. Because you only know what you've been taught. And yes, of course, you start to develop your own mind as you become an adult, and you may see things that people are doing that you don't like. But who determines what's right and who determines what's wrong? Because I'm going to tell y'all something else that could, you know, kind of fuck your mind up, right? In reality, the Bible perpetuates part of the problem about the youth. Those people, but they could say, you know, it was God's fault. And, you know, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying what was given. Because biblically, you are mature when you have a cycle, right? But back in the day, this is where the corruption kind of can come in. So this is what we can say. Because as we know, young girls are having cycles younger and younger these days. So back then, I don't know what age people was having cycles at. That could be the difference. Now, insert the government and corruption. Because again, it keeps being the government and corruption. Now, with chemicals being added into the food, And now they pumping the food full of, whatever it is. And now it's interfering with the insides, your DNA. And now the young girls are starting to have periods and cycles now at 9. Back then, maybe that wasn't a thing. And maybe they was having them at the time when, 16, 18. I don't know. So more corruption inserted into the corruption. So where somebody would say, biblically, they said when you have a cycle, you are now, but they didn't tell you to insert the hormones into the food. The adjustment was made by whoever said, oh, we could put hormones in the food, not realizing that what happened, that's a fact. 11 on Mother's Day. Mind you, what's even crazier is I went to Dappy because I had a baby early. Dappy is a school for pregnant girls. So I actually went there. Do you know how old the youngest girl was that was there? She was 9. The youngest girl at Dappy was 9. I grew up in the age of babies having babies. A product of, society and conditioning. Because remember, I told y'all about the book, The Broken Ladder. When they actually did studies, they already knew that this was happening. It was part of the system. It was part of the program. So who's at fault? Again, we keep seeing who keeps corrupting the situation. They corrupted, back then, and they still corrupting to this day. Why is it that we haven't learned our lesson yet? And how do we fix it? Because we could talk about it all day, but how do we fix it? So then we got the Gnostic teachings, 2nd and 4th century. Gnostics suggest that what we call angels, may not always be acting in our best interest. We got the, hey, Cool Hands, welcome. Thank you for being here. 110 pounds is what triggers a cycle. Children are just hitting 110 pounds at an early age. Well, I don't know that to be true because I wasn't 110 pounds. I was very much lightweight. I probably was about 98 pounds soaking wet. So I don't know, if that's true or not, but I don't think I was 110 pounds at that time. I was definitely on the lighter side of things. So where we at? Describe the text of Apocryphon of John were portrayed as ruling forces that manipulated reality, maintaining the illusion of separation from true divine knowledge. So angels have been corrupting for a long time. I ain't say it, but that's what's been happening. So Christian mysticism, Meister Eckhart, 13th century, this philosopher, mystic, suggests that attachment to externalized divine figures, angels included, can be a distraction from direct internal communion with the divine source. He implied that reliance on hierarchical, y'all listen, whatever the word is, because for some reason it's not even gonna come out. Hierarchical, okay, there we go. Celestial beings might perpetuate spiritual stagnation rather than liberation. John D. and Enochian or Enochian, take it how it resonates for you, whatever one you want to say. Enochian magic, 16th century. The English occultist John D. documented communications with angels who provided advanced knowledge but often had cryptic, unsettling demands. Some scholars argue that these beings did not fit neatly into a good category, but instead acted as enforcers of cosmic order. But they were angels. Carl Jung's shadow work, 20th century. Jung's psychological theories align with the idea that both angelic and demonic energies resided within us. He emphasized that we need to integrate the shadow, repress unconscious aspects rather than demonize it. It's like when people tell you, oh, you need to get your ego in check. Your ego is your self-esteem. And I done told y'all multiple times, I don't have them issues. My ego is going to be alive and well. I'm not. God is right. So at the end of the day, if I was born with that, my self-esteem, I'm going to make sure I keep that. Now, arrogance is a whole nother thing. And so it's also how we continue to keep just listening to stuff and thinking that it is okay. I forgot the other day, I was talking to my brother, and I forgot the saying that people use, right? And we just be using shit all wrong. Meanwhile, it keeps being perpetuated over and over and over and over through time, all wrong. And then we wonder why, when they said the power of life and death is in the tongue, we keep reversing the good fortune because of the fact that we keep reversing the good fortune. We keep saying things because, it's been said over and over through time, and it's not a third. And here we are saying the same thing, but mind you, talking ourselves out of our blessing. We got to be careful what we say. Why was this hidden from the masses? Control and fear. People believe in absolute forces of good and evil. They remain dependent on external authorities, church, state, religious institutions, or guidance rather than seeking inner knowledge, because inner knowledge is definitely important. They hid it from you. It says when you make two into one, oh, hold on. No. That wasn't the one. Where we go? If the flesh came into being because of spirit, nope, that ain't it. Mind you, I'm over here spitting. Whoever finds the interpretation of these things will not taste death. That ain't it either. Let's see. The kingdom is inside of you. That's the one. The kingdom is inside of you, and it's outside of you. When you come to know yourself, then you will become known. And when you realize, I don't know why I read that like that, but okay. The kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known. And you will realize that you are children of the living Father. But if you do not know yourself, you will dwell in poverty, and you are that poverty. Check how it resonates for you. Either way, we're going to go over here. Suppression of personal power, because they have been doing it for a long time. Mind you, I sat on this chair on this good internet and I showed y'all a video where a man that is in ruling power said they are terrified of the people coming into their own power. Mind you, this person has private documentation and also private knowledge that would insist that there's something that they know that they definitely didn't want us to know. The man said he's terrified. Why? Because they know what happens when you tap into yourself, when you tap into your personal power, when we all get together and grow and ascend the way that is necessary and needed, when the truth gets told and now the truth is revealed and now you're fully active, wholeness into yourself. So suppression of personal power. If demons are simply symbols of unrefined or chaotic energy rather than intrinsical evil, then mastering them becomes a pathway to enlightenment rather than a sin. So just imagine, you know how I told y'all control y'all demons? Everybody has demons. Everybody has demons. Now, when you acting out in a way and people are saying, or you know yourself, because, I'm going to just use me. Multiple times I said, don't do that. I heard myself say, don't do that. Meanwhile, my hands or whatever the process is doing that. It was already too late. The deed was already done. I heard myself say, don't do that, but I was doing that. That was out of control. So we have to learn to control those urges. You know how, like, when they say your deepest thoughts, you know how sometimes you be thinking something about somebody or something and you just be looking, and meanwhile, before you realize it, you done said it. I didn't mean to say that. Intrusive thoughts. That's them conversations you be having with self. Self said, huh? What we gonna do today? Are we gonna handle this shit? Or are we gonna let them keep playing in our face? Self said, let's go handle it. Meanwhile, now we in trouble and the cell door is closing because shit. I knew I shouldn't have did that. Either way, I did it, and now shit, we're gonna have to deal with the consequences. That's it. That's all. God, you knew I meant to do it. I ain't even gonna lie. Should be happening. You know what I'm saying? Go talk to God about it. But we still have to be honest about the situation. Should be happening. So mastering them becomes a pathway to enlightenment rather than a sin. Similarly, if angels are not purely benevolent, blind faith in their guidance might lead to manipulation. Yeah. Yeah. Cause why? You mean to tell me I gotta? Hell no. But anyway, y'all heard what it said. Cause when you be honest with yourself, you can see the interactions. I wouldn't do that because, and then after you leave, you was thinking, shit, I literally should have did that shit. Why did I let you talk me out of it? And maybe that might have been the thing that they needed. Now I'm mad. Now I got to deal with this shit because I'm going to be thinking about it over and over again because my higher self just said, don't do that. And then I left. And that was my opportunity. Maybe that might have been God giving me the opportunity to do that very thing. Yeah, I don't like it. You know, gotta learn to live with regrets. I don't like regretting nothing. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do right now. Do what thou will. I ain't said nothing. Okay? Maintaining the illusion of duality. By keeping people locked in the belief that they must always fight evil externally, they are distracted from inner transformation. Fight the powers that be. Meanwhile, growth and ascension and elevation. Because I swear I'm going to learn to just be able to send a message via police yourself. Like, just go on and get. I'm going to learn that. Because, man, people be knowing what they be doing, y'all. Just so y'all know. People be definitely knowing what they be doing. Nothing's going to not tell me that. I know how many conversations I be having with myself throughout the day. People got to know what they be doing. Because ain't no damn way. So, question absolute narratives. Recognizing that history has shaped angels and demons to fit certain agendas. Study texts like the Nag Hammadi. That's the Hammadi. That's the one that I was listening to today. Scriptures, the Book of Enoch, esoteric teachings, to get broader perspectives. I told y'all, listening to that book, my brain, like, I still have not settled into what the difference is yet, because I really want to keep playing it. I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna play it, and I'm gonna listen to it again today, as I'm doing stuff, because y'all, ain't no fucking way. You know, people really do, even when they don't, because who don't think twice or thrice, period, really. You know what? Okay, having said that, I think that sometimes we just gotta work it through ourselves, right? And, like, again, like, I be saying stuff to myself. I be talking to myself, y'all. I be in the store, because y'all know I be doing shopping and shit. I be in the store literally just talking to myself, and then I'll look up somebody looking at me, and I'll be like, what the fuck you looking at? Mind you, I forgot I was just literally having a whole full blown out conversation with myself. Because I be having to rationalize some shit. And in my mind, I'll be thinking, one, I can't believe that right now, certain things, you know, that have happened, that I let that shit slide because, man, but they should be glad that I was going through a glitch because, man, and also, like, man, like, I be going through the list, and every conclusion, man, like, who the fuck they thought I was? And then God be saying, you know, what God be saying, and I be saying, God, but you see these people. Like, I mean, I'm confused as to why we exist at the same time. But this is also why I be plucking people to different timelines, because literally we don't deserve to be on the same timeline, because ain't no reason why your feet should be hitting the same earth that my feet hit. Like, I don't like that. And God, what was you thinking? Oh, yeah. It'd be conversations. Um, y'all, for real, because I be wanting to know, like, what was you thinking that made me, like, needing to be here at the same time as this situation? Because if you needed them, then you surely didn't need me, and I don't understand. Like, I just don't be understanding, because some people really seem like you just literally a waste of fucking space. Like, what are you doing here? You just here to do what? Corrupt the energy. I don't like that. Um, I just like I just closed a couple chapters in 2 seconds. That felt nice. I told you, like, Athena, listen, this be real shit. I do not tell y'all no lies. This be real shit I be going through. I be having these conversations. That's why I told people, like, I ain't no reason in me lying to you, because God be knowing the shit that I be saying and the shit that I be thinking about. And I be having real conversations like I'm having with y'all right here, right now. And in my car, like my fucking my what's that, the thing in the car that captures the video, I be having to delete that, because I know good and damn well if anything ever happens, right, and they just hear the raw footage that I be saying in my car, they gonna be like, who the fuck is she talking to, for one? And then she said this. You fucking right, I did. Like, I be having, like, I can see something and I be like, people be getting on my nerves. Like, what the fuck? But then also this morning I had a conversation, or it was playing a conversation, and then it was talking about how what I told y'all the other day, like, when you lie, you kill yourself. Literally, they said that. Well, like, when you lie, it's like causing an infliction or something in your body, and it fucks with your health. It's in the old text, y'all. I was right. So, I may not say things the right way, the politically correct way, but I'll be right in saying what the fuck I said. Now, I'm going to figure out how to say it, the politically correct way. Because I know I don't be saying it the right way, because I just be saying shit. But I thank God that I be saying shit, because, I don't want to make myself sick for y'all. Fuck y'all. In real life. Like, for real. That's crazy. But it's a real thing. I love y'all, but shit. I keep my earpiece in for that, and mind your business. And right, mind your business. Stop paying attention to what I'm paying attention to, what I'm saying. Cause no. Business ammo, because I need it, and I ain't crazy, because I just be being honest and acknowledging myself. Period. And a yes, 1,000,000%. Period, Miss T. Thank you, Athena. I'm trying to tell you, girl. Listen, we here, okay? You know how many times I'll be like, Jesus, please get get my lightweight. Cause these people don't be understanding. Like, I be trying so hard. I try so hard. Like, people, leave me alone. They must have forgotten, because I do not go back to your, like I'm trying to tell you. And then yesterday, the energy was whoever that was. So I'm talking to somebody last night, and I was like, somebody is really summoning, and whatever the person is doing, like, it's very chaotic energy. So the person may have just wanted to talk to me, right? Or wanted me to, rationalize whatever, because people be liking for me to have whatever conversations we're gonna have. And spiritually, I do spiritual coaching. Book a fucking appointment, right? And I don't give a damn who you are. Book an appointment, right? Because it's going to be between me and you at that time. But anyway, so I was telling the person, somebody been summoning me all fucking day. Like, the energy been real chaotic, and it's pissing me off, because I can feel whatever it is they're doing, but meanwhile, I'm doing what I'm doing, right? And so yesterday, how I got here in the afternoon, somebody was summoning. So I came, I did the message, right? But the person still wasn't happy after that. It was almost like after I got offline, everything was fine. But then like an hour or two after that, person frantic again. I can feel the energy. Why the fuck are you doing that? Either way, right? So I had came in, I had started mopping my floors, doing all the shit that I needed to do, yada, yada, yada. So I get on the phone with somebody, and I'm telling them, I said, they sounded like they were sick. I said, are you sick? No. But mind you, I talked to them earlier that day, and I said, your energy sound like very drained. They told me, yeah. So anyway, long story short, I'm giving the person whatever, energy. And so they asked me, how was your day? Very much annoyed. I was annoyed because somebody is summoning and I could go in the house. I was ready to come back in the house and I was about to get back online. But then I'm like, and I can get back online because I'm not doing anything, right? I could do that, and I probably would have if in fact it wasn't for the person summoning, because I don't want a person to think that they can control my energy. I could have came back just to get online and have a conversation and appease the situation, but bitch, no, because why are you doing that? And so it was I was caught in a dilemma, as I wasn't doing anything anyway, so I could have came and I could have got online and had a conversation last night around 8:30. That would have been fine, but don't be summoning me. Don't be doing whatever that energy shit is, because I feel it. They felt very chaotic. So I told the person, I ain't gonna do it, because literally I already did it one time today, and I could do it another time because I normally was getting online 3 times a day anyway. But whoever's doing that, bitch, pay me. Go take your ass to spiritlightworker1111@gmail.com and book your appointment the way you need to book your appointment, because if it wasn't for you doing that, I would have came and got online anyway. Anyway, long story short, after that, I was supposed to come in the house, but I didn't, because then all of a sudden, it started to be like this, things that I needed started to, go in the right order. And so then I was like, fuck that, I ain't doing it. But anyway, the angel and the demon was talking, and the demon was saying, fuck them. Or maybe the angel was saying fuck them. Somebody was saying fuck them, but either way, I came to the conclusion, fuck them. Because why are you doing that? And somebody smelled really, really good yesterday, But, again, people trying to play with me wrong energetically, and I don't like that. So, y'all figure it out. I can come and I can get online, but don't be playing with me, okay? So, understanding duality and integration rather than fearing demons or idolizing angels, acknowledge both as aspects of existence that must be balanced within ourselves. These align with Jung's shadow integration work. So, we having this conversation about angels and demons, right? But we are going to have a different conversation about angels and demons. The beginning, how we deal with ourselves, the integration and duality of a thing, because we're talking about our elevation, our ascension, our growth, right? Which is very much important, and how we handle, or how we are going to handle going forward, certain things. Because now we realize that all things are in existence with us. Yin and yang, good and bad, angels and demons. Control your shit. All right, so seek direction. Instead of relying on religious dogma, use meditation, dream work, and spiritual exploration to determine the truth for yourself. What is the truth for yourself? Do you even acknowledge the fact that sometimes you may be acting where a person could potentially not feel like you're a good person? You are the villain in somebody's story for a reason. You had to tell somebody no. It could be as simple as that. And then they go tell the whole entire world that you are just not a good person, because the one time that they needed something from you, you are such a bitch. I mean, maybe take it how it resonates for you. Or maybe you had to take this hand and, because sometimes people need to be slapped. Like, I truly believe it. And if you don't believe it, that's your problem. But in my mind, I'll be thinking people really need to be slapped, because why the fuck are you doing that? Like, who told you that was some good shit to do? I don't know. Stuff or lie. But either way, people may be, thinking she cussed. I be cussing, y'all. I told the pastor that I cuss. I tell y'all that I cuss. God know I be cussing. I'm trying not to be cussing, but shit. There's that. Dissolve the fear paradigm. Fear keeps humanity in mental and spiritual chains. By by seeing these forces as part of a greater cosmic mechanism rather than enemies to fight, we reclaim sovereignty over our own unconsciousness or our own consciousness. So they said in one of the hidden texts that the conscious is one area and the soul is another. The brain controls them both. I gotta listen to this again because the way they said that shit, I was like, oh my God. And mind you, then they was talking about how the soul be talking to your ass. That explained a whole lot. Y'all, changed my life. Like I have not figured out yet, but it has changed my brain. That shit rewired me in the middle of the night. Listen. So ultimately, Pisces energy teaches us to dissolve illusions and see beyond rigid structures. The real battle is not between angels and demons, it's between perception and reality. So again, we started off this one going into the shallow end of the pool because there is another set of angels and demons that are a whole lot different than wholeness and oneness and attainment into yourself. But for some reason, it's like the way it's being guided. So when you have power within yourself initially, then as you walk into the valley of the shadow of death, it's the beginning skills because it's reminding me of Karate Kid. Remember when he was teaching him to wax a car, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, and the Karate Kid said, "What the fuck? Like all you keep teaching me to do is clean the fuck up. All you keep doing is teaching me to clean up." He didn't think that none of these things was even important to the training. Meanwhile, after he did that whole little explosion thing and he felt like he was sick of this shit, then Master Jung showed him how the wax on and the wax off was to literally get my ass in position to kick your ass. And me carrying them big ass buckets of water that I thought was me just doing the housework was really actually training you to be stronger, faster, better, more observant. So when people see angels and demons, of course, they think the good and the bad, like big and scary and this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, you are big and scary to somebody. Because I may be little, but I'm big. I may be innocent, but I'm monstrous. Like, I'm not going to let you just play with me in, this way when I know that. Because people judge books by its cover. People can look at a person, they could be big and strong, and then they got a voice like, "Hi, how you doing?" And you be like, "What the fuck?" Now I think I can beat his ass, because how he all strong and shit, and his voice like, "Hi, how you doing?" Like, you should just not talk. But he could still kill you. But the fact of the matter is once that voice came out, you was thinking, nigga, I can take you. I can take you now. So it's getting to the beginning of a thing, because wholeness and obtaining knowledge of self is very much important to, the otherworldly, the other things, the spiritual realm, things of that nature, because, sometimes we gotta transcend or walk into hell to help some of our friends come on back to the other side. Yeah. So understanding what you are, you may be cute, but you could potentially be deadly. Don't do it. The existence of angels and demons ties back to ancient cosmological frameworks where my nose is just snotty. I'm telling you, I be having the most snot sitting here. Like, I don't get it. It's like we come and talk about spirits and my system starts to purge. let out the demons. Cosmological frameworks where they are not originally seen as good versus evil, but rather as forces of order, chaos, guidance, transformation. Their initial purpose was likely to the maintenance of cosmic balance, divine will, and human evolution. All right, so the initial purpose: messengers and intermediaries, enforcers of cosmic law, catalysts for growth, keepers of hidden knowledge. Were they created or do they emerge from consciousness? So one of the more esoteric perspectives is that angels and demons, right, might not be independent beings, but all I don't know what the fuck. One of the more esoteric perspectives is that angels and demons might not be independent beings at all, but rather projections of human consciousness or universal archetypes. So, once upon a time, not long ago, they thought that angels and demons were representations of different aspects of the human psyche, divine inspiration versus suppressed shadow. That could be true. Yes or no? For you, me, I don't know. Some occult teachings suggest that they're egregores. Okay, some occult teachings suggested that their egregores start forms empowered by collective belief over millennia. The reason why I laughed, hold on, I'm gonna finish this and then I'm gonna show y'all something. Conclusion: their true role in creation. Angels and demons may not be enemies, but two necessary aspects of spiritual evolution. If angels are guides, demons are catalysts, both shaping the journey of consciousness. Their purpose was, and perhaps still is, to test, teach, and maintain the balance of existence. So rather than viewing them as forces locked in eternal battles, what if they are part of the single system designed to push humanity towards enlightenment? All right, so the other day, that's the end of that message, okay? So the other day, I was going through something, and not going through something, but I was going through something, some papers, and I saw something on, I think it was on TikTok, right? And they talk about that, they said, where are the witches? Where are the spiritualists? Where are the, because whatever's happening right now in society and in government, right? So they was talking about how they think the president has an egregore, such and such and such and such, right? So the egregore comes from occult and esoteric traditions. In these contexts, it refers to a kind of collective thought form or psychic entity that is believed to be created and sustained by the and focused belief, emotions, and energies of a group. In some fringe or conspiracy circles, people claim that powerful figures like president might be accompanied or empowered by such an entity, suggesting that the leader draws on a kind of a group mind or mystical energy that reinforces their power. However, it's important to stress that these ideas are not supported by mainstream historical or political analysts or analysis, and are generally considered symbolic or metaphorical rather than literal. So this is going around on TikTok. I don't subscribe, right? Because, fuck them. I went into something different because what we also know is even the Bible, because there is still some truth in a lie. The Bible says that if you are a part of the legal system, you shall not enter into the gates of heaven. Why would it say that? So, and I want to be in the legal system. I told y'all one of the things that I haven't done on this lifetime or in this lifetime is that attorney, but I can still do that if I wanted to, right? But me being the person that I am, why would they not enter into the gates of heaven? So it led me to understand this, because there's a sickness about to come, and I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it. That person that they talking about has an egregore. No, they're about to get sick. They're going to get sick. And the reason being, it don't have nothing to do with no damn egregore. It's the spell that has been cast over the law system. So you have to take an oath. It's like when you go into any form of medical, like these people take an oath, right? Um, so dispel an oath over the legal system. Some proponents of ancient magic, lore, or conspiracy theorists assert that the foundation of modern legal systems are bound by a mystical, magical covenant or spell, an oath originating in ancient rituals. These notions often draw on because you got to be mindful that, of course, if they were not spellcast on over, is people right now that when they go to court, they go see a practitioner beforehand, so that way they can get off of or they cannot go to jail and this, that, and the third, right? So whoever does that magic or whoever does that spell would have to be tapping into the court system. Now, can you imagine how crazy it would get if every practitioner that knew a little something something was able to kind of tap into the law system and get a person off? So only a person that would know ancient magic or something of that nature would be able to, or somebody that has a bloodline that can say, bitch, no. You know what I'm saying? It would be as simple as that. But it wouldn't just be allowed for anybody to just kind of bibbity bobbity boo the fucking legal system. Like, they're more powerful than that. And you have to be mindful. We talking about angels and demons. There are demons that are old as fuck. There are angels that are old as fuck that still exist right now during this timeline. So we can't keep allowing people to corrupt the system. But also, people want to stay in power. So do you not think that they have entered into the darkest, deepest contracts with somebody, or to make sure that it don't get corrupted against them? Like, it wouldn't make sense for anybody to even think that, okay, you can say you can use your fucking TikTok ass magic against that. Like, some people talk about it, some people be about it, and I get that, you can put something in a jar and, a name and this, that, and the third, but it ain't that type of magic. So, occult symbolism, allegorical interpretations from traditions like Hermeticism or esoteric branches of Freemasonry, were the establishment of order, including legal order, is sometimes viewed as having a sacred or magical origin. Myth and metaphor. The idea of binding spell or oath is usually more a metaphor for the solemn or enduring nature of the law rather than an ancient verifiable magic incantation recorded in ancient texts. So then it says breaking the spell, because my mind, I figure out loopholes. It's the legal system. So figure out a loophole. The loophole would be in breaking the spell. And I know for a fact it says the lease on the magic is up. So even if somebody wanted to do a spell again and again and again, your lease on the magic is up. So break the spell. So in framework of occult thought, breaking the spell would typically involve ritual practices such as banishing or with cleansing ceremonies, designed to dispel unwanted energies or bindings. Different traditions offer various methods. So it would be a banishing ritual. But also, whoever decided that they would want to even attempt to try would have to be a very powerful person that was very much in control of themselves and their energy. But it could actually be done. Anyway, so whatever it was that was going around, and that they're saying, the answer was yes. Okay. So y'all energy is bigger than theirs. You just have to know what to do with it. So it was funny that they said that, and then here we are. But that's all I had to say. So that's it. That's all. Athena, I love you and thank you for being here. I don't know about y'all, but the pollen is all over the place around here. Inside the car, inside the house. That's disgusting. Anyway, bless you. There's a blessing coming today, so take it how it resonates for you. Let's see. Miracle, thank you for being here. Aaron, thank you for being here. I love you. Carol Ann, thank you for being here so we can all see the light. You start my car? All right, y'all. I love y'all. Don't nobody summon me today. If you want to be talking and you want me to come here, just go ahead and get online and get a spiritual class because I'm free. I got some things today. I got to my front of my house. I'm gonna do that before I leave out of here. I got a good hot 10 minutes to get that done. But other than that, y'all, hopefully it helped. And the next conversation we have about demons, angels and demons probably is going to be a little creepier, okay? So I feel like we can handle it, all right? But I was looking up some stuff last night and y'all. But it was funny that I heard some stuff this morning even about demons that I'm like, I didn't even ask for that, but that just got dropped in my lap because... Can you imagine going into a spiritual realm and you getting your ass beat by energy, a demon that was designed to just whoop you all day? Like, I'm laughing, but I wouldn't be. So this might be the moment where everybody really need to start tapping into what he said. He said, oh shit, I done went too damn far. That might be what they said. She done went too far. Too far. The kingdom is inside of you, and it is outside of you. When you come to know yourselves, then you will become known. Excuse me. And when you realize that you are children of the living Father, and there's something in there about I'm gonna take some notes today. Like literally, I'm gonna read it and then I'm gonna take some notes. I might come back anyway to have a discussion about it because it was so much stuff that was being said there that I was just in awe. Like we were right in so many different ways, but we just did not realize the amount of the cover up that has been taking place. Bless you, and I love you too. And Miss Erin. Erin must have went back to bed. She's on a different timeline as us. Different time schedule. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I got to go. And if y'all ain't make y'all some good smelling mouth water, please do so. I use some freaking ammonia with some Fabuloso and a little bit of soap in it. And that stuff smells so good. But either way, love y'all. Go with God.